Today, we're going to be designing 3D shoes in Blender. 3D fashion is on the rise with the hype of virtual reality. But today, I'm not designing shoes for the everyday person or the metaverse. I'm designing shoes for the cozy gamer gang. I'm thinking of the Animal Crossing lover and the Stardew Valley farmer. I want to design shoes that you could imagine your favorite character wearing. That's why today I'm going to be designing in poly and not realism, so that it's cuter and fun and is just cute. You know what I mean? This will be my first time designing shoes in Blender. I mean, like, unless you count these like astronaut boots, which are just gold boobies. But they're pretty simple, and today we wanna go above and beyond. We wanna do more, you know? Today I'm gonna be designing 2 different shoe designs. And let's just jump straight into the sketch. So I have it here.
Let me go through it with you.
For the first one, I want it to be super colorful. I want it to have stars and some like inflatable bits. Like, I don't want it to just be like a shoe, like I want it to be like a shoe, you know? I'm probably going to brighten up the colors from the sketch a little bit because I think they're a little bit dull, and I think I'm going to let myself get carried away with this design as I go, so I'm going to keep the first one like a little bit simple, but I hope the outcome is really good. I'm very excited to do these shoes. The second shoe is going to be space themed. As you know, I've done quite a few space things here on this channel, and I really enjoy making space, doing astronauts, doing planets, doing stars, doing all that type of thing. So I'm going to make some space shoes, and I have a really good idea. I'm wanting to add like a universe to the midsole of the shoe, and then I'm wanting the little frogs to be in rockets on the sides of the shoe, so you could like fly around, but you have the universe in your shoe. I just think it's a great concept. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, and I think I'll bring back the frogs from the designing the 3D wallpapers video, because they're just so cute, and I really like the one with his mouth open, and I think he'd look cute in the little rocket on the side of the shoe. So that's the plan for both of the shoes. Let's jump straight into the first one. So what I do first is just delete everything. You know this. I love to just delete everything in Blender and start fresh, because I don't need that camera. I'll add it later. Or I'll press 0 and forget that I didn't add it and then wonder why my hotkeys aren't working and then realize. But yeah, so delete everything. I want to go in and make the shoe first and then use that base shoe for both of the shoes to make it easier. I'm going to be saying shoes a lot in this, I think. So here I am. I'm just going to start out with a cube. Even though I deleted the cube, I'm going to start with the cube. I'm extruding up and out those vertices and then adding in a ring cut just down so I could add the midsole as well. As you can see, the shoe comes together very quickly and it's looking good. I also bevel the center so that I can add in like the tongue of the shoe. And then I'm just adding in like a little sock bit as well. And then I also wanted to add the front of the shoe. I really should have looked up the anatomy of shoes before I started this. I'm adding the front of the shoe. You know what it is. I'll add it here. And then I wanted to add in the laces as well, which ended up looking very cute. I didn't think they'd look as cute as they do, but look at them. So here I am starting on the first shoe, and the first thing I want to do is pull down that midsole just to give it like a little bit more height to it. And I just kind of play with this around a little bit just to kind of see what I want. I also want there to be some like bits that come off the side that give it like a little bit more dimension, give it some more texture. So I'm just kind of like extruding around a lot of different things just to add a little bit more to it, a little bit more to the design. Here I wanted to play, I was thinking about adding like spikes at the bottom, but I just couldn't get them the way I wanted them. So sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. I went in and added the leg, which is just a cylinder, and then shaded it smooth. Went in and added the stars. They're just an add-on, so I didn't even have to sculpt the stars or do anything like that. And then instantly texturized them because I was very excited to be adding stars to my shoes. And then just plop them around on the front like that. Don't those stars look good? Then went in and just kind of like shaded everything smooth so I could get a better idea of what we were working with and what I wanted to do. I started to add the colors. As you can see, the colors are a little bit different to the sketch that we had. I just wanted to kind of like brighten them up, give them more of like an Animal Crossing kind of feel. So that's what I did there. And then I wanted there to be striped colors on the bottom as well that incorporates all the colors that are on the shoes. So it looks like a whole shoe. I decided that everything was looking a little bit flat, so I wanted to add in some more things around. I wanted the tongue of the shoe to go higher up on the foot. Would this be uncomfortable? I don't know. I think it's cute. So colored in the leg as well, and then added in just some more texture to the sock, so it's like bumpy and cute. And then this is my favorite part, just adding in like little, like, I don't know, spiky bits to the laces. I think they look groovy. I'd wear these shoes. I also wanted to add just a little bit more to the front of the shoe, just to give it a little bit more of a kick. You know, if you kick someone, it would hurt in these shoes. I extruded out the bottom as well because I wanted the midsole to be kind of like a puffy feel, you know, like you're walking on a cloud. It's like kind of looks soft, but it's not soft. That's the end of the first shoe, and I am absolutely shocked that I made this shoe and that it turned out so well. Let me show you it. Alright, so this is what we are looking like in Blender, and obviously you need two shoes, so I just duplicated the shoes around there. So if we go in, you can see we have like these little bumpy bits on the shoelaces. I think they look groovy. I think they look really cool. I wanted to add lots of different kind of like plushy elements to it. So the bottom section here, the midsole, is all like extruded out, and then the section here is also extruded from the top, just to kind of like give it a little bit more of a kick, you know? At the back I also extruded out this little bit. I just wanted to add a little bit more, you know? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just keep wanting to add more and more and more, and I think it looks good. This is the sock. I love the texture of it, and I also love that it looks like it's like going through the tongue of the shoe. It's so good. So these are the first shoes I've ever made in Blender, and let me show you them rendered. They're so cool. I wanted to start out with like an easy pair of shoes so that the universe ones seemed easier to do, or I actually knew if I could make shoes. So let me know in the comments if you like these shoes, and I think we jump straight into doing the universe ones. So here is the second pair, the universe pair, and I'm just using the same shoe that we made at the start because it's just easier than having to remake it again. I want to go in and start making the rocket to start with, so I use a circle to do that, and then add in all those little vertices, and use proportional editing to give the rocket that plumptuous look in the center. I add in the wings here. As you can see, I don't know what was going on with my mouse, and then I also pulled down the wings. It looks like a rocket, you know? And then I wanted to add in the little windows as well. This is very similar to how I did the little boat when I was doing the 5, 50, and 5 hour video last week. It's very cute, and then it just, as soon as it went onto the shoe, I was very excited for these shoes. I think they're going to be the best shoes I've ever made in my life. But also the last shoes were so good. I don't know. Duplicated the rockets so they are on both sides of the shoe. Then I went in and added in that frog that has his mouth open, that he's so shocked because he's going to be in the rocket. He's flying these rocket shoes, you know? But he's shocked. It's a hard job. It's his first day and he's scared. So I added him in and then decided to make the little planets. And I've made these planets quite a few times before, and I just used the snapping tool to snap the crater to the little planets. It's easier. Once it was in the shoe, I realized that I wouldn't be able to see it unless I was like in X-ray mode. So I had to like fiddle around with everything. Then I went in and made a planet with a ring, and then just duplicated it a couple of times because when in doubt, duplicate is what I do. Really, that's how I decorate. Here's how everything was looking like, and then I decided to add in the little frogs on the shoes as well. So like the shoe is a rocket, but there's also rockets on the side. So the frog on the side is like shocked because he has to like drive, but then the two little frogs that are like in the shoe rocket, they're stoked. They didn't have to drive. They're just having a good time in their shoe rocket. So that's why they look so happy to just be little frogs. Added in like a little back panel to make the shoes look sick. And I went into texture painting to paint this shoe because I wanted the like squiggles from the sketch to be on it, and I thought texture painting was probably like the easiest way to do it. Here I am just unwrapping everything so that I can actually see, and then going into texture paint. I had my colors up. I didn't want it black and white, so I just changed all the colors around. And then it's like kind of like a dark purple because space is like dark purple, right? And then added in some like light purple everywhere. I like purple, so I like these. And then I just kind of made it all look a little bit smoother. And then that's what it's looking like on the shoe. Yeah, pretty sick. I'm very happy with what it's looking like. Went in and texturized everything, gave it all its fun colors. I'm liking all the purple vibes in this. I think it looks very good. And then also did the little rocket as well and the wings. And I definitely should have made these like separate objects so they were easier to texturize, but I didn't do that. And now I'm realizing my mistakes, but that's fine, and I couldn't be bothered fixing it. So I went in and texturized all of the little planets as well, and I had to kind of do it like this so I could see everything. And then I wanted to add like a glass feel to the bottom of the shoe so we could actually like see through it. So here I am just using the node editor to create more of a glass, and then you can see the planets instantly coming through. But I had to kind of turn down the strength of it so that it was like less blurry because the objects were like reflecting off the glass and back in. So I just had a little bit of a play around with that. And then I just added a bunch of little stars around, and these are just round cubes that are shaded smooth with an emission. So then you can see that they're just illuminating. Added back in the camera. So now let's jump into Blender and I will give you a little tour of what we made. So here are the shoes. I didn't duplicate it, it's just one shoe. So I'm very sorry about that. So this is the shoe. And if we start with the rocket, here it is, the little frog driving the rocket. He's shocked, you know, like it's his first day. He's scared. Got these two other little frogs just like riding the shoe rocket, having a really good time. We have the universe literally in this little like shoe. It's so cute. And then just added in like a little bit around, put all the colors everywhere, and just, I love these shoes. I want to make them in real life. I also tried with the bottom, it's like a glass effect. I also tried making it like a jelly effect because I wanted it to like, the texture to kind of like feel like a jelly. But it didn't look good, and the way it was like reflecting through just wasn't right. So I ended with this, but I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how these shoes turned out. I'd love to animate them as well and have the rockets like actually like flying the shoe around. I think that would be really cool. Maybe I turn that into a future lo-fi, we'll see. But let me show you what it looks like rendered. So I'm really happy with the outcome today. I'm really excited with how far I've come in 3D. I feel like if you don't know, the series that started this channel was learning Blender in 30 days, and now here I am making universe shoes with frogs. So very happy with what's going on. Let me know in the comments if there's any funky shoes you'd like me to design. Let me know as well if you think your like cute little Animal Crossing character would wear these, or Stardew Valley farmer would wear these, because they're made for the cozy gamer, you know? So let me know if you'd wear these. And thank you so much for watching, and I will now see you in the next video.